What's up, everybody? It's Captain Trucker. I'm parked in a parking lot outside of the gym up here in Pocatello, Idaho. And boy, do I miss the Philippines sometimes. Sometimes I don't. I mean, sometimes I do. What can I say? Anyway, welcome to the channel. Please subscribe if this is your first time, and welcome back, people. It's good to see you again. I wanted to talk in this video a little bit about stuff that stops people from moving to the Philippines, and also I wanted to tell a few stories about my mother advising me on Filipino women. So, you know, right off the top, the biggest things that like stop people, man, it's usually fear and comfort and finances, and sometimes people are in bad marriages, man, because life's hard. I mean, so we're all creatures of habit. That's the thing. We get stuck in these like routines. So I mean, once you can just sell the couch and sell your refrigerator and get rid of your car, and if you're in a bad marriage, you know, just get rid of your wife by divorce and, you know, hit the streets, so to speak. I mean, live in your car if you have to. That's why I was always talking about minimalism. It's good training for, you know, Western expats, especially Americans who have never really been outside of their comfort zones. And, you know, once you live in your car, for instance, for 6 months to a year, you'll pretty much be ready to, like, you know, appreciate the small things in life and go out to the Philippines. And you always have support systems. There's always people you can talk to. I mean, you can call me, and there's other YouTubers out there, other vloggers. You can talk to them too. We can even meet you at the airport, so don't be afraid. Well, you should be afraid of some things, as my mother said. Honey, you have to be careful with some of those Filipinas. I knew Korean prostitutes the year I was in Korea, and they poisoned and murdered some of the soldiers. And I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. I said, what are you talking about, Mom? My mother's like been married to my father for like 90 years, okay? She's a housewife. She has, you know, her kids, and she's lived a regular middle class lifestyle. But a long time ago, my mom just went out to Korea with my two oldest sisters when they were like 6 and 4 years old or something. She got on a plane without telling her significant other, her first husband. She got on a plane and showed up in Korea, and he was working on a military base, okay? It's a true story. And the military officers said, well, we can't, because she showed up at the base, like with my, you know, sister on her back and my other sister. This is my mom at age 27. And she was a beautiful woman back in the day. Anyway, that's besides the point. But, and they said, you know, we can't house you here, okay? And so she had to provide her own accommodation. So these Koreans, they built her like a hut. And I forget what it was called. And, you know, she would do the laundry and stuff, and she had my younger sisters. And she said, well, the thing was, honey, nobody spoke English. So the only people that spoke English were the criminal black marketeers and the local prostitutes who serviced the soldiers. So for the whole year, I made friends with all the prostitutes and criminals. And I said, well, that's so cute, Mom. And, yeah. So she's basically said, and I think because of that experience, because we all go through, like, you know, experiences that sort of form in our minds, and that's sort of like my mom's association, I think, with some Eastern women, that they're not all prostitutes, obviously, but God, no, but she's just being a concerned mother, you know. And she said, sweetie, what would happen is some of the soldiers, like, they may have promised marriage or said, or maybe they slept with them or had a kid. And if they didn't get married, sweetie, they would throw a gas bomb in the room or suffocate them while they were asleep, or stab them. And I was like, oh, God, Mom, please. She says, no, it's true, sweetie. One of them, I don't know, they burned the room on fire or something. It was like really effed up. But yeah, it's a thing, man. But my mother, she's quite a character, let me tell you. A very strong woman, very good woman, a woman who loves her kids, okay? I remember when I came back from the Philippines, we went to the beach, I think like Huntington Beach or something in Southern California. And this is just a few years ago even. And I think my mom is about 109 years old now. But anyway, she still gets out and does her yoga and stuff. She says, oh, I'm the strongest person in the gym. I mean, the 50-year-olds can't keep up with me. They call me the teenager. And I said, so we go to the beach, right? And there's like surfers out, there's families and stuff. And the waves were like mid-sized that day, I suppose. And I'm hanging out with my mom, and she's looking out into the ocean, and she says, I think I saw somebody fall off their surfboard. And I said, are you sure? She said, yeah, but I don't see them come back up. And I said, I didn't see it, Mom. And she goes, I think I did. And so then we walk, and then at the same time before that, she was kind of looking over at the lifeguard, who happened to be like this young, attractive, blonde-haired white woman, you know? And she was kind of eyeing her before she said that. So anyway, we walk over there to the lifeguard, and my mom says, and there was another guy there, a younger guy, and they were talking, the two lifeguards. And my mom says, well, somebody just, I saw somebody go down, they fell off their surfboard, and I didn't see them come back up. And I said, okay, well, you know, we'll go check it out. So time goes by, and they came back, and they go, yeah, we didn't say anything, nobody's watching. And my mom said, well, I just told you, I saw somebody go down, they didn't come back up. What are you going to do about it? And so they were like, no, we didn't see any, there's nobody there, you know? And then the manager came over, or I guess their supervisor, and he says, man, what's going on? She's like, well, I'm just telling you, I saw somebody fall off their surfboard and I didn't see them come back up. So you probably have somebody out there dying right now. And this woman here, she's just talking and flirting with this other lifeguard, not doing her job. I think this is just a sloppy operation. And I'm sitting there watching this whole thing like, oh my God, what are you gonna do next, Mom? I mean, it's like, you know, you want to see what's gonna happen, but at the same time, it's not cringy, but you know, my mom is really, she's like a professional auditor in a way. You know, she'll just go in and, you know, she's just very confident and balls out. And I was like, wow, that's good. And so she's like, ma'am, that's going to be enough. And I was like, Mom, come on, let's go. I'm kind of dragging her away. My mom like kind of was fighting it. She's like, well, I think this is a sloppy operation. And you know, if you see somebody on the news tonight that ends up dead, don't say I didn't see anything. I said, Mom, we got to go. Come on. And then, so then we drive the Buick back home, and we go into the house, and my dad's like, I think he was doing like a crossword puzzle. And at the same time, he's like oiling his Colt 45. It's a gun. My father has a lot of guns. I learned how to like strip field guns when I was a kid. I was really good at shooting, actually, AR-15s and so forth. So anyway, we go in the house, and my mom's cooking stir fry now, like with her apron on, and and we tell my dad. I tell Dad what happened. I said, yeah, Dad, mom went to the lifeguard and said she saw somebody die and they didn't do anything. And Dad goes, he's like, did you really do that? And she goes, oh yeah. She's like, you guys never do that? I said, what? And I don't know, my dad just couldn't believe it. And then like a few minutes goes by, and then I said, Mom, did you really see something? She's like, well, I'm not sure if I really did. And I said, are you serious? And she goes, what? She goes, don't act so innocent. You guys know you do stuff like that to see people's reactions. Oh my God. You can't make this stuff up, man. Oh, I love my mom. Yeah, I mean, if Captain Trucker's mother can go to Korea with two kids, I mean, some of these guys here got no excuses why they don't want to start their life over or move to another country. I mean, anybody can do it. What do they call them? They have passport bros, and then there's like armchair bros. So I think those guys are like the armchair bros, okay? I mean, you just got to mix it up, man. You're going to have to make changes if you want to change your life. That's it. You got to have an action. You got to have movement. If you just sit on the couch, nothing's going to get done. That's the way it goes. I mean, and part of learning and part of traveling and the experience and change is that it's making change. It's doing something. It's starting an action, and it's like traveling, man. So if my mom can do it, you all can do it. Except you're not going to Korea and hanging out next to a military base. You're going to the Philippines to start your life over. But it's all possible. All right, well, it's Captain Trucker. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe again. I really appreciate it. You all take care. Bye-bye.